The opportunity to rise. Mr. Speaker, our government, as you know, was elected on a promise to stand up for taxpayers.
Hear, hear.
We promised, of course, during the last election to put more money into the pockets of Ontario families. That's why my question to the Minister of Finance is this. After 15 years of the Liberal NDP coalition tax and spend policies, Mr. Speaker, policies that I believe hurt Ontario families, I built on the work done by the member for Milton for policy, insurance policy holders, and introduced my Respecting Property Taxpayers Act 2019. Now, Mr. Speaker, the bill, if passed, will give taxpayers an equal voice on the board of the Municipal Property Assessment Corporation. My private member's bill will actually bring taxpayers to the table. I wonder if the Minister of Finance could comment on the importance of this initiative.
The Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the member from Markham-Stouffville for his leadership on this file. The Respecting Property Taxpayers Act, if passed, will make sure that the taxpayer has a greater voice when it comes to property taxes in the province of Ontario. The bill proposes moving from 4 taxpayer representatives to 7 on the MPAC Board of Directors. By doing so, the bill, if passed, would ensure that there is an even representation between municipal interests and the interests of the taxpayer. The bill shows exactly the kind of initiative we need to see in order to restore respect to the Ontario taxpayers. We look forward to debating this bill in the weeks to come and to stand up for the hard-working people in the province of Ontario.
Supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank the Minister of Finance for that response. It's great, obviously, to see the support that this bill is already getting, and I'm confident and I'm hopeful that when the bill makes it to this place for further debate, that we will see support from all members of the legislature, because all members, I'm sure, would agree that Ontario families deserve better. Mr. Speaker, I hope we can all work together because taxpayers have asked for this change. It's about time as well, Mr. Speaker. You know, after 15 years of Liberal NDP coalition tax and spend policies, Ontario taxpayers are finally optimistic. They're optimistic that they have a government that is focused on putting more money back in their pockets, but is also focused on respecting them and their hard work. I wonder if the minister could go further and comment a little bit further on how important this initiative is to property taxpayers across Ontario.
Minister.
Well, thank you again, Speaker. After ignoring the people of Ontario for 15 years, the Liberals left behind a disastrous record. The Liberals, supported by the NDP, were spending $40 million a day more than they took in. There was no accountability in the tax and spend policies of that government. Taxpayers had no voice. Our government is changing that, and the member from Markham-Stouffville is changing that through his proposed bill. His bill, if passed, would be yet another way to restore respect for taxpayers and make sure they have their voices heard when it comes to property taxes. Speaker, our government is standing up for the taxpayers, and we look forward to debating this bill in the weeks to come. Thank you, Speaker.